the mood fairly intense down there on that grid, and especially the mood surrounding Lewis Hamilton. Although he's been so relaxed during the course of the last 24 hours, the interview that he gave yesterday, he talked with great confidence about how he'd feel after the race, how he'd feel when the World Championship title was clinched. Makes you a bit nervous in some ways.
I don't think it's too bad a deal for him. He knows exactly what he's got to do. We spoke earlier there, Martin spoke earlier with Aki, who's been his guy behind him in terms of getting his mind management right and looking after him in the off-season. And then in between races, they go off to Finland and they do some therapeutic stuff there. And he knows how strong he is in the head department. And I think everything's going to be okay when it comes to this race. He'll just do the same as what he's done for every other Grand Prix this season.
And he's generating so much support around the followers of Formula One. There aren't many of those who think this is going to be in any way a tainted World Championship title.
Not at all. And I think because of the refreshing outlook he has on on the track, he doesn't think twice. He thinks once and he makes a move, and he's taken people by surprise. None more so than Raikkonen. We saw that great move at Monza when he slipped down the inside of him. That's the kind of thing that we need in Formula One. We need the characters, and we need somebody with a lot of commitment on the race circuit.
Now, Kimi Raikkonen is a driver who needs nothing less than race victory today. What's going to be his approach to this Chinese Grand Prix?
Well, I think he's been very strong all weekend long, and I was actually quite surprised to see him not on pole position, because he was the fastest in every single session all weekend up until that final one in qualifying. He will be strong in the race, but I think Massa will have to play the important role again, trying to support him and taking away valuable points from the McLaren guys, and see whether Kimi can get into the front and take this victory.
And we're still getting those suggestions that there's rain about 7 or 8 minutes away. It's all very reminiscent of the final countdown to the Nürburgring, isn't it?
It is indeed, and it's a very big worry for the teams and also the drivers sitting there, what they need to do next. I think they'll be watching their weather information. All the teams have got big amount of data, what's coming in the various forms, and they've got permanent weather people there sitting there analysing the different trends in the weather pattern. But it's one of those days again where these guys are really going to earn their money, Steve, in difficult conditions.
Charlie Whiting discussing precisely those conditions, the race director there with Ron Dennis. And do we share Martin's confidence that we won't be seeing the safety car today? Well, we'll see how much rain actually materializes in the next 5 or 6 minutes. Well, Lewis Hamilton's day, we applauded when he took a string of podium finishes. We were delighted when he got that breakthrough, first win in Canada, but we never imagined that he could be sitting on pole position in Shanghai with a strong possibility of becoming the sport's youngest ever world champion. And I'm sure that thought never occurred to Felipe Massa or Fernando Alonso either. But that's the prospect when we return. The Chinese Grand Prix, a few minutes away.